tmux is a terminal multiplexer, a background server client system that lets one terminal window host many sessions at once. Instead of juggling a forest of terminal tabs, you operate a single persistent workspace that holds every project, log, and shell you need. tmux survives disconnects because the server keeps running on the host machine even when you vanish. Pull your laptop's Wi-Fi, close the lid, lose your SSH session. The programs inside tmux never notice. Reconnect later, and the session is exactly where you left it, with every process still alive. Every tmux command starts with a prefix key, by default Ctrl-b. Think of it as a modifier hammer that wakes tmux up before listening for your actual command. Press Ctrl+B, release, then press a key like C for a new window, % for a vertical split, quote for a horizontal split, or D to detach. tmux organizes work in a strict nested hierarchy. A session sits at the top, the outermost container. Inside it, windows act like tabs across the top. Inside each window, panes are split grids sharing the screen. One session called work might hold two windows, with one of those windows split into three panes running different tools side by side. tmux and GNU Screen both survive disconnects, but they split from there. tmux is modern, client-server based, scriptable from the ground up, names sessions by default, and ships under a permissive BSD license. Screen is older, runs as a single server, and resists scripting. For most developers building real workflows today, tmux is the friendlier tool. The tagline says it all. tmux gives you terminal sessions that outlive your connection. Welcome to this hands-on tmux demonstration. We are going to walk through the full lifecycle of a tmux session, starting at detached, listing active sessions, injecting commands non-interactively, capturing what was displayed, and shutting it down cleanly. Every command and every line of output you see mirrors exactly what would appear on a real Linux terminal. We begin with a simple clear to wipe the visible scrollback and give us a clean reference point. This makes it easy to distinguish new output from anything that was on screen before. Clear returns control to the prompt immediately, because it does nothing more than reset the visible terminal buffer. Now we create a detached tmux session named demo using tmux new with the D flag for detached and S to name the session. Detached means the session runs in the background without attaching to our current terminal. Perfect for automation and scripting. The prompt returns right away because tmux forks off and keeps the session alive independently. We can verify the session exists by listing all tmux sessions with tmux ls. The output shows the session name, a creation timestamp, and a status of attached or detached. Here we see one session called demo, started just moments ago, running in detached mode, meaning no terminal is currently attached to it. Because the session is detached, we cannot type into it directly. Instead we use tmux send keys to inject keystrokes into it as if a user were typing. Here we send the date command followed by cm, which is tmux's notation for the enter or return key. The session will execute date, just like it would if someone were physically attached to it. To see what the session actually displayed, we use tmux capture-pane with the P flag to print the visible contents of the session's pane to standard output. The result is the last command and its output as they would appear inside the tmux window. In this case the date command and the current date and time returned by the system. Finally, we clean up by terminating the session with tmux kill session targeting demo. The command returns silently with no output, and a follow-up tmux ls would now show no sessions running. This is the proper way to gracefully shut down a detached tmux session without leaving orphan processes behind.